Hey everybody, what the heck time is it? It's time for another edition of What the Heck Does That Contract Clause Mean? So today we're going to talk about the Governing Law Clause. This is a clause that's in the miscellaneous or general clauses at the end of almost every type of contract. And if it isn't in there, it really should be. Because what this clause does is it sets up the rules that will apply in case there's ever a dispute about the contract. Let's say you have one party who's entered the contract who lives in the state of California. The other party lives in England, because you can have international contracts. What law applies? Is it United States law? Is it England law? Is it California law? Is it some other law? By having a governing law clause, what it does is it sets in writing what law is actually going to apply, and it will override whatever might happen based on where somebody lives. So this way, the two parties can decide what law they want to apply to the contract. They write it into the contract, and then in the event of a dispute, everybody knows what law is going to apply. And one of the magic phrases that you're going to see is, "This contract shall be governed by the laws of," insert the state or country, comma, "without regard to the conflict of laws rules." What that means is sometimes a state or a country actually has rules on how to decide which law applies, and it may not be what you want. So by specifically stating what state or country law applies, and that the conflicts rules don't apply, you end up with a sure, certain set of rules that are going to govern or control in the event of a dispute. Now, what happens when parties are in different states or different countries? You end up picking a compromise location. And probably the two most common compromise locations, if either party is in the United States, are the states of New York and Delaware. Why? Well, both New York and Delaware have really strong sets of laws that have been around a long time when it comes to business contracts. And the judges in those states are really familiar with business issues. So when you go into one of those two states, you're going to get predictable results. You don't want to have no idea what's going to happen. You don't want a judge in some state or country to apply the law in a way that nobody expected, because that's never good when it comes to contracts. So that's why we have a governing law clause, and pick where you want the contract to apply. So I hope we've given you a little information for 2021, so when you see the contract clause, you'll know what it means. Everybody, I hope you have a great day, and see you next week.